Welcome back. You're watching Overdrive, and it's time now for us to take your queries on Auto Selector. Sirish joins us as always. Hi Sirish, our first question comes into us from Dr. Mohan Venkat. He writes into us from Chennai. Now he says that he's owned a Fiat Palio for the past 4 years, and though he's had his share of his problems with the car, he really likes the brand. But now he's considering upgrading to the Punto petrol. Is it a good option, and are there any other cars that you would recommend for him? He really likes the Punto's looks but also wants a powerful engine.
Well, you're right. The Grande Punto is an excellent looking car. I still think it's the best looking hatchback with the colors that it's got, its stance, everything. It really stands out on the road, looks extremely desirable. But is it the best hatchback in the country? I don't think so, especially not the petrol. The diesel, okay, I would still recommend that, but not the petrol, because that engine lacks oomph, it lacks a rev-happy nature. It's not a sporty engine. The 1.2, well, it definitely lacks power, so it's not a performance-oriented engine. It's not fun to drive, let's admit it. But I don't know how eagerly you're waiting for the car, and if you can wait, see, the Linea has just been launched with the T-Jet engine, and that engine is really good. It complements the ride and handling dynamics of the car. That engine will definitely come into the Grande Punto. Not this year, but early next year, it will come into the Grande Punto. That car will be more expensive than the 1.2 petrol and the 1.3 diesel, but that is a car that you should look at. Otherwise, if you want to buy a car right now, and if you're looking for something that's sporty, it's got a little bit more performance than the other hatchbacks in the segment, the Polo 1.6 and the Fabia 1.6 are both there. Both have a 105 horsepower engine. Both are quick. Okay, they don't have stiffened suspension, so it's nothing better to drive than the standard 1.2s. But the Polo was always a very good car to drive. So that 1.6 will be an even nicer car to drive, and that would be my pick if you're looking for an enthusiast and a performance-oriented car.
Okay, our next question comes into us from Sanjay. He writes into us from Bengaluru. Sanjay says he wants to know what's going on with the Toyota Etios. He's heard about A.R. Rahman being appointed the brand ambassador for the car. He wants to know when the Etios will actually hit Indian roads. Now, he's in the market for a hatchback or an entry-level sedan. His budget is about 7 to 8 lakh rupees. He wants to know which version of the Etios will be launched first in India. Now, he's seen both the sedan and the hatchback on television during the Auto Expo, and he thought that the sedan looked too much like the Logan. Now, he wants to know if anything has changed. What do you know, Sirish?
Well, I have driven both the hatch and the sedan in Japan. Now, we've been embargoed, so I really cannot say much, but I can say this much. The cars that you saw at the Auto Expo, those are the cars that are coming. Externally, the styling has remained the same. They haven't made any changes, so the sedan is not the most inspiring car to look at. It is boring, it's a little staid, a little conservative, typically Toyota. The hatch is much nicer looking, but again, it's a conservative style. But what they have focused on is quality. They've concentrated a hell of a lot on reliability, on cost of ownership, and I think that will be the killer. And obviously, Toyota quality and reliability is well known, well established, and I think these cars will set a benchmark in their segment. Now, the sedan is coming first. It will be launched on the 1st of December by A.R. Rahman, who is the brand ambassador. And that car is priced and positioned straight against the Swift Desire. Toyota also categorically saying that they won't charge a premium for the Toyota name. They will price it extremely well. And if they get that pricing right, we're not sure what the pricing will be. If they get that right, that is the car to watch out for.
Our final question on Auto Selector comes in from Hyderabad. Rohit writes in saying he's looking to buy a car for his mother. She's been driving the Honda City ZX for the past 3 to 4 years and is now looking for something that's more compact but still has space and flexibility because she still has to do a lot of school runs. What would you recommend, Sirish? I think I know what you are going to say on this one.
Now, if you're a Honda owner and you love Hondas, I would suggest the Honda Jazz. It is pricey, it is extremely pricey, let's be honest, but it falls in your price band, and I think that is the car that you'll really like. It's got a lot of space, it's got the most space of any hatchback, the most versatility of any hatchback, a lot of equipment, very, very nice to drive. That 1.2-liter engine is quick, is refined, is fuel efficient, is everything that you could ask for, and of course, the Jazz is smaller than the Honda City. In fact, the Jazz is the Honda City, but little smaller, so I think that is what you should look at. Forget the pricing, it is expensive, but it falls in your budget, and go for it. Really, take my advice.
Well, that wraps up Auto Selector for this week, but remember, you can send us your queries and your feedback to the help desk at overdrive.co.in. We'll take up your queries on next week's episode of Overdrive.